Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's absolutely revolutionizing the way creators and educators work. We are unpacking Claude Design, and specifically, how it lets you generate dynamic, high-quality motion graphics, literally, without ever touching a single, soul-crushing traditional keyframe again. We've got a lot of ground to cover today, moving quickly through 5 crucial steps: meeting Claude Design, why code beats rendered video, syncing your audio, building a design system, and getting that final polish. So let's jump right in with the ultimate question for anyone who's ever stared blankly at a terrifyingly complex timeline. How do we escape all that tedious manual labor and just generate polished graphics in seconds? That brings us to our first step, meeting Claude Design, the absolute foundation of AI animation. Now, if you're on the paid Claude Pro or Max plans, you have access to this, and it's basically magic. What's really wild is how flexible the inputs are. You're definitely not boxed into just one workflow here. You can drop in a simple text prompt for a quick concept, use a single image to simulate an existing UI, or even upload multiple images to guide a complex layout and really lock in your specific brand. Moving right along to step 2, code over rendered video, which is the underlying tech making this possible. Right, so here is where Claude completely separates itself from the pack. It isn't just spitting out some flat, uneditable MP4 file like your typical text-to-video generators do. Instead, it's actively writing the structure and motion using raw HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And because it's actually built on code, you can make precise natural language edits completely on the fly. Just think about how massive that is for your workflow. Like, let's say Claude generates an animation using a placeholder phrase, like, I don't know, the cat sat on the mat. You don't have to re-render the entire thing just to fix a typo. You literally just type a prompt asking it to change the phrase to, the kettle began to boil, and it seamlessly updates that one specific element, keeping all your other animations and colors totally intact. It's a real game changer. And honestly, it gets even better when we start talking about data. Let's say you want to visualize historical market bubbles, like comparing the dot-com era to today's AI landscape. Get this, you don't even have to provide the data points yourself. Claude will actually go out, independently research the historical numbers, and build a fully animated chart from scratch, based completely on your prompt. No way, right? I absolutely love this detail. It represents a massive paradigm shift. It takes Claude from being just a simple rendering tool and turns it into an actual intelligent thinking partner. It's literally doing your homework for you while simultaneously executing the design. Okay, moving to step 3, syncing audio and images, which is all about achieving that perfect timing workflow. So you might be wondering, how do we perfectly sync these awesome graphics to our spoken words? Well, it's a super efficient 3-step workflow. First, you lean on an AI like Gemini to generate a rapid transcript. Next, you just paste that text directly into your Claude prompt. And then, Claude completely takes over all that grueling, tedious work of timeline alignment. For those who might not be super familiar, an SRT file or subrip text is essentially just a roadmap of timestamps. Gemini can whip this up in seconds, and it tells Claude exactly when you're speaking certain words. So it acts as the perfect trigger, telling the system precisely when the next animation should pop on screen. Oh, and here's a brilliant prompting trick you'll absolutely want to steal. Just tell Claude to leave the right or top third of the screen completely blank. By doing this, you guarantee a perfect pocket of negative space for your talking head overlay during compositing. That way, your cool new graphics are never awkwardly covering your face. All right, on to step 4, building a design system for consistency across generations. But what happens when you need to scale this look across entirely different explainer projects? Well, that's where design systems come in. By uploading just a few reference images that represent your brand, Claude will create a reusable foundational document, kind of like the custom Halo Neon design system mentioned in our source material. Once that's built, Claude automatically applies those precise rules to every single future generation. And this system goes deep. We're talking meticulously defining everything from visual foundations to the exact style of glass interfaces, right down to the glow elevations and connecting lines. It literally creates a comprehensive design document in about 5 minutes, something that would traditionally take an art director days to spec out. Finally, we arrive at step 5, the final polish, covering compositing and export. Getting all this generated code into your final post-production project is an absolute breeze. Once Claude finishes its thing, you simply click Share, select Video, bump the resolution up to a nice crisp 1080p, and hit Export. Then you just drop it straight into your editing suite like Premiere, perfectly layered right underneath your talking head. The final composited result? It's honestly astounding. Like looking at the visual breakdown of an AI agent, mapping out its brain, memory, and tools, the animation looks incredible on the very first try. It flawlessly matches the custom design system's aesthetic, and the timing triggers perfectly with the audio track. No manual keyframes required whatsoever. So I'll leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. When the massive technical barrier to professional motion graphics is completely eliminated by AI, what incredible, complex concepts will you finally explain to the world? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I seriously can't wait to see what you create.